Hello everyone, welcome back to Lilliputian Lessons. Today we'll see some concepts and mnemonics exclusively about beta blockers. So, I'm going to tell you a few points about beta blockers which are extremely high yielding for both INI-CET as well as NEET. The drug of choice for hypertrophic obstructive cardiomyopathy is propranolol. The drug that reduces mortality in patients with congestive cardiac failure and myocardial infarction is propranolol. Non-selective beta blockers can be remembered by the mnemonic POP NT. They are propranolol, oxpranolol, pindolol, nadolol, and timolol. Cardioselective beta blockers are from the second generation as well as the third generation. Why this is important is because frequently questions are asked about which of the following is a second generation cardioselective or which of the following is not a second generation cardioselective beta blocker. So in such cases, it helps to remember which one is a second generation and which one is a third generation cardioselective beta blocker. As you can see, the mnemonic for the second generation is BEAM and the third generation is National College, Bangalore. Out of this, you have to remember additionally that nebivolol is the most cardioselective third generation beta blocker. Now we'll go to beta blockers with alpha blocking action. So to remember this, you remember the sentence, Bev buys a car for her lab. Okay, so Bev is beventolol, buys is bucentolol, car is carvedilol, and lab is labetalol. Beta blocker with calcium channel blocking property is carvedilol. You can remember this as you carve something in stone and that stone is made of calcium compounds. Beta 1 blocker and beta 2 agonist is bopindolol. You can remember this with the first three letters of bopindolol, which is BOP, which means beta opposites. Beta blocker which increases nitric oxide, these are nipredilol and nebivolol. You can remember that N and N are going to increase nitric oxide. Beta blocker with antioxidant property is very important clinically, nebivolol and carvedilol. Beta blocker with potassium channel opening property is tilisolol. You can remember that pots are kept on tiles which are there on the floor, so potassium is tilisolol. Beta blocker with partial agonist property, that's having intrinsic sympathomimetic action, you can remember as CLAP, which is celiprolol, cartiolol, labetalol, acebutolol, penbutalol, and pindolol. You should remember here that pindolol has the maximum intrinsic sympathomimetic activity. Beta blockers with sodium channel blocking property have intrinsically a local anesthetic kind of an action. They also protect the membrane polarity because they block the sodium channels. So I have made a mnemonic which includes these two properties, and the mnemonic is can behave as local anesthetic and membrane polarity protector. So it is carvedilol, betoxolol, labetalol, acebutolol, metoprolol, pindolol, propranolol. Of these, you should remember that carvedilol and propranolol have maximum local anesthetic property and betaxolol has minimum local anesthetic property, hence you can use it in glaucoma, whereas the remaining drugs cannot be used in glaucoma because they cause corneal anesthesia and make these patients prone for corneal ulcers, whereas betaxolol, having minimum sodium channel blocking property, doesn't predispose the patient to corneal ulcers. The next one, which is very important, is excreted through kidney. Which beta blockers are excreted through kidney? You should remember the concept that whichever drug is excreted through the kidney will be contraindicated in renal failure, and whichever drug is water soluble is the one that gets excreted through the kidney. You should also know that if something is water soluble, it will not cross the blood-brain barrier, and if something doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier, it will not have any central effects. So you should remember that this question can be formulated based on any of these points. The answer will be the same. So I made a mnemonic which includes all these properties. So the mnemonic goes, not allowed beyond barrier, should avoid, cause nephrotoxic. So the drugs are nadolol, atenolol, betaxolol, bisoprolol, sotalol, acebutolol, celiprolol, nebivolol. These three statements are very important. Maximum and minimum half-lives are for nadolol and esmolol. Maximum and minimum plasma protein binding is for carvedilol and celiprolol. Maximum and minimum bioavailability is for penbutalol, pindalol, and carvedilol, propranolol, respectively. So now let's talk about the wonder drug, the all-rounder, that is carvedilol. Its properties are multiple and can be remembered by 3 A's, 4 B's, and a C. So that is alpha blocking action, anti-inflammatory action, antioxidant property, beta blocking action, blocking sodium channels, binding to plasma protein maximum, and calcium channel blocking property. So I hope you found this helpful. Watch this video a couple of times and take screenshots or visit our Telegram group. I have mentioned the link below to find the PDF of this, and like this video if you found it helpful and share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more regular updates. Thank you. Bye bye.